evening, everyone. So I want to jump on here and say, can we just take a second to thank God for waking us up today? Because if the enemy had it his way, some of us wouldn't have made it here. But guess what? We did. We're here. And that means God's not done with us. Now, let me ask y'all a question. Have you ever had a messy house and prayed, Lord, if you just send someone to clean this up, I promise I'll do better next time? But when someone shows up, unannounced, by the way, you hit them with the cracked door. He barely opened the door a little bit and just speaks to them like, hey, how you been? Oh, no, you can't come in right now. The house is under construction. Okay, so have you ever had a messy house and you pray like, Lord, just don't send someone over here in the moment when my house is messy, but they show up unannounced anyway. And you hit them with knowing that your house is under construction. That's exactly how we treat our testimonies. The enemy wants us to keep the mess hidden, to be embarrassed by it, as if Jesus didn't already die on the cross to clean it up. But let me tell you something. When Jesus cleans you up, he doesn't want you to keep it to yourself. He wants you to shout it out, testify, get on camera, tell someone in person. Like, you don't go through things just to keep it to yourself. We see this in the Bible where the Samaritan woman at the well, she had a past, if y'all can recall. If not, it's in John chapter 4, verse 39. But yeah, Jesus met up with the lady at the well, and she was married 5 different times, 5 different men. She didn't run back to the town and say, y'all, guess who just asked me all these questions? No, she literally shouted to the rooftop, like, come, see a man who told me everything about myself. He read me for filth. Jesus wouldn't do that, but he read me. He read the tea on me. And he told me everything there was to know about me without me even telling him. And y'all remember Paul, right? Paul used to persecute Christians. He used to murder them for fun. Like, aim, ready, set, aim. But Jesus changed his life. He became one of the greatest preachers of all time. We see that in Acts chapter 9, verses 20 through 22. And he went all through the land from place to place, giving his testimony of how Jesus Christ saved him. Y'all remember Peter? Okay, Peter denied Jesus 3 times, but then he was out here preaching Pentecost like he never had a doubt in Acts chapter 2. Basically what I'm trying to say is the things that you go through in life and then are delivered from, there's some people that are sitting waiting to meet Jesus, to experience Jesus, to accept the call on their lives, to even want to know about Jesus. Like, they could never have heard about him in their life. They could be out here practicing believing in little God gods, okay? And you, having went through something, I'll use myself for example, I have battled homosexuality, I have battled lust, I have battled depression, suicide. So with that being said, if I just sit on that information and never share it with how Jesus delivered me from my past sins and made me brand new, like it says in 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17, if I just sit on that information and never share it, then there's people out here that will never know that stories like this will come true. Like, what's going to motivate them to open up their Bible and fully comprehend it and understand what's taking place? When you're standing right there, living proof of a walking testimony dated AD, and it's like you have the opportunity, you have the reader's attention, you have the person's attention. They're standing in front of you wanting to hear your story, and just give it. They're more susceptible to want to give themselves over to Christ and believe that he has the potential to not only change you, but change them, because they heard that he changed you, how you used to be this, that, and the third, and now you're brand new. They have the potential to hear it better and receive it better if there's someone that they can relate to. Yeah, that's just reality. Let me tell you something. Your testimony isn't meant to shame you whatsoever, because who can judge you? Only Jesus Christ can judge you. That's it. Like, we don't live for the applause down here from men. I personally don't care. Hence the reason why all my business is on the internet, because I'm obedient to Christ. But you have to get to the point where, who cares? Who cares if they judge you? Who cares if they talk about you? Like, that's no longer you. That's the old you. You shed that old mindset, those old behaviors, those old tactics. So the people that are stuck in the past, leave them in the past if that's where they want to keep you. Because you're a whole brand new person, baby girl. That's just reality. Your testimony is meant to set someone free, not to just sit on it. Like, I jumped online. I remember when I was battling depression, jumping online and seeing how someone else overcame depression. It's like, oh, that's what they did? They turned to their Bible? They picked up their Bible and they turned to that scripture? They fasted? They prayed? Wow, there's hope. Like, you don't have to turn to a bottle. You don't have to turn to smoking weed. Like, you don't have to turn to a man. No, this is the importance of a testimony. This is the importance of just putting your story out there so that you can help other individuals be set free. Now, if you are battling homosexuality and, you know, you go to church that Sunday and the pastor's talking about you praying for a miracle blessing for a baby, that you don't want to hear that. Why? Because you battling something that only you and JC know. And sometimes people will be placed in your path strategically, whether that's online or in person, and them opening up, giving their testimony, not sitting on how Jesus changed their lives. You don't understand how your testimony is tied to someone's deliverance, how your obedience and putting your information out there for other people is tied to someone else getting saved and delivered and experiencing Jesus Christ for themselves. We don't go through things just to say, oh, I went through it, Jesus healed me, check, I'm saved, I'm holy now. Like, no, you gotta go help your brothers and sisters. We see that all through the Bible. Name one disciple that didn't go back and help somebody else. Mary Magdalene had all them demons and spirits inside of her. Honey, she was going through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she still decided to join the bandwagon and assist Jesus to helping millions of other people. She could have been selfish and be like, oh, I'm healed, I'm out, bye. No, that's not how it works at all. You have to be able to testify and just keep it real, how you overcame the blood. The blood of the Lamb has set you free. Don't hide, don't pretend like you have it together, because in reality, we're all broken people. All of us. All of us have a testimony. Nobody but Jesus Christ popped on this big old round earth and had zero sin. Jesus is the only one. We all cursed. We've all lied. We've all, I don't know, the list goes on. So whether you want to tell it or not or sit on it, it gives you a great benefit to assist others by telling your story. I think it took me a long time to come to that realization, because the enemy will want to put shame in your head. Like, oh, you know, for the longest I tried to live this perfect type of life, whatever that means. Because, yeah, definitely not perfect, clearly. You can scroll on the page and see all the yummy details I display. But, like, he'll want to tell you, like, people aren't going to accept you. They're going to make fun of you. They're going to who gives a hoot and toot? It took me so long to say, hey, nobody shame me, find fault in me, judge me, but Jesus. As long as I'm doing his will and he approved of me and which he did, because he forgave me, then we Gucci. Like, Dog is down here doing his thing. I don't know why he insists on playing in mud, but here we are. So yes, give your testimony. Your testimony and what you went through in life is tied to other people overcoming. Why do you think they have AA meetings? These are all people that have battled different spirits and different addictions, and being around other individuals that have battled those same things. There's hope. It brings hope. It brings like peace. Like, oh my gosh, they're dealing with that too. This is how they overcame it. Like, oh my gosh, like let me take notes. It just feels good. It feels good to be around individuals that just get it or have been through it and are going through it or overcame it. So whatever you've been going through, use it for God's glory. Do not allow the enemy to silence you. Use your voice, whether that's in person, whether that's online, whether that's writing a letter. If you've been broken, tell someone how Jesus put you back together. And if you've made mistakes, guess what? Show how his grace covered you. That's all you have to do. If you were lost, let people see how Jesus led you home. I used to be out here. I used to be outside partying. I wasn't a hoe, and if I was a hoe, like, Jesus delivered. How about that? Because when you share your story, it's like building a bridge that connects someone else to Jesus. And the enemy knows that. That's why he wants you to stay silent. But not today, Satan. We telling it all our business out there, because we don't care. So church, let's make a commitment today. You have to not be ashamed of your past. Use it to bring people closer to Jesus. Because at the end of the day, it's not about where you've been. It's about who saved you. Jesus Christ. That's the only person. I love you guys. I hope this message encouraged someone to just give your testimony. Speak it loud, proud. And don't allow the enemy to put any false narratives and thoughts in your head, because your testimony is tied to someone's freedom. That's how powerful it is. And that's how powerful you are. You are chosen. You are loved. Jesus loves you. He died on the cross for you. And if you don't know Jesus Christ, let me tell you how amazing he is. He literally saved a person like me who used to be stuck in lust, who used to be stuck in limerence, who used to be stuck in depression, suicidal thoughts, homosexuality. And he took all of that, washed it away as I accepted him wholeheartedly in my life. And it's the best decision I've ever made in my entire life. There is no turning back, fully surrendered to Jesus, and we out here doing this. If you want that experience, if you want that love, that affection, that reassurance, that comfort, that support, if you want all that, you can have it too. If he could do it for me, honey, he can do it for you. So don't ever think otherwise, okay? I hope you all have a beautiful evening. I'm going to get the rest of my workout in. Y'all take care.